How's it going, fellas? Your boy Motion FX back here again with another video. Today, guys, I just want to go over this previous trading week. Basically, I just want to show you guys all the setups I took, why I took these setups, and yeah, just go over the week with you guys. So we're gonna just start from the beginning of the week. Obviously, Monday. Today's August 29th, Saturday. Started the trading week. Obviously, the trading week start from Monday to Friday. So that's what we're just gonna go over it, back test it, I would say. We're just gonna start from Monday and we're gonna end on Friday. Pretty simple. Now, we're just gonna be focusing on US 30. The reason why we're focusing on only US 30 and not NQ is because I literally took 0 trades on NQ. 0 trades. Now, the way how I trade, I look at these both, like I look at the split screen, right? So I look at both charts at the same exact time, right? Whichever one gives me my setup first, I just take it on that, right? So for this week, US 30 was the only one that really gave me my A plus setups, so I only took US 30 trades. It's pretty simple, right? So we're just gonna be focusing on YM. Okay, so this is Monday, the 3rd, started off the week. Now let's start from 9:15. That's when I come into the market in the mornings. This is the wrong. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna start from 9:15 a.m. Right? So 9:15 is gonna be right here. Cool. So this is when I entered the market, right? I woke up, did my morning routine, blah 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 blah, did everything I needed to do. As soon as it hits 9:15, I'm hopping on the charts. Okay. Now we're just gonna clear the charts off just so I can break it down a little bit better so it can be more realistic. Okay. So yeah, I came into the market at 9:15, right here. Now, when I came in, obviously, first thing I'm looking for is I'm looking for support and I'm looking for a resistance level. All I'm looking for is an area where price is struggling to break above or below. Okay. Now, as you guys can see, this is the area, right? This is the first thing that caught my eyes. Price is going up, came up here, rejected, came back down. Came up here, rejected again, came back down, right? We're continuously rejecting to go past this high, right? We're rejecting to close above this specific area right here, right? So what I'm looking at now is I'm just gonna draw my box or whatever you want to do. You can draw a line. I prefer a box. I just draw my box from literally the body of the candle to the top of the wick. Okay. Or you can make it a little bit bigger if you want to do it for the purple handle too. It really doesn't matter as long as you know exactly the area that you're looking for price to break out or whatever to reject from or whatever. Right? So cool. We got our area of interest that we're looking for right here. Okay. So at the time when I came in the market, obviously price is above this area. So since price is above that area, this would be considered our support level. Remember from the video before, I said support is going to be the floor and resistance is going to be the roof. Okay. So as you guys can see right here, we got our floor right here. Okay. Price is above. Now, obviously price pushed up. We're rejecting to go past this specific area. So now I would just mark this out as my resistance. Perfect. Now we got support, we got resistance, right? And then now I can tidy this up a bit. Now I'm just looking for price to break out either or, right? Now, as price now normally this is a really big range, right? Normally I don't really like to take trades in a big range like this, right? Now if you look at this, like that's pretty big, bro. That's a 107 point range. That's a lot, right? So definitely would not really be looking for a breakout out of this range. So as you guys can see right here, this is another area of interest where price is just struggling to go below, right? As you guys can see, price came up, right? Rejected this area right here, came up again, rejected this area. As we came up, we went back down. And as you guys can see, we couldn't push past this area either. So we got another level right here of interest, right? Price is rejecting to break past that level. So we have this little channel being created right here. So what I would do is I just mark it out again, right? Any areas that you see prices struggling to break, just mark it out. That's all you gotta do. Just mark it out. Okay. So now I marked out all these areas. These are my areas of interest. These are the areas of interest that is close to price, right? I'm not gonna go and mark out all this right here. Obviously, these are also areas of interest. These are also support slash resistance areas. But I'm not gonna go mark out all this, right? I'm just focused on what price is doing right now, right? So at the time when I came in at 9:15 a.m., this is where the price was. I'm only gonna focus on this specific area, okay? So as you guys can see, I marked up all the levels of interest that I could see in this area. Now, it's pretty simple. Like I said, you know, the top or the roof is going to be considered your resistance, and the floor is going to be considered your support. Okay, so it depends on where the price is. If price decides to break above this current resistance right here, as soon as it breaks above this same resistance, is considered a support level now because price is above that level. If price was below, it would be considered a resistance, not a support. So you guys get that. Cool. So boom, price is up here at 9:15. Now all I'm looking for is just some sort of movement, something. Like I'm just looking for something for my interest. As you guys can see at 9:25, right? This is the 9:25 candle. If you look at the bottom of the screen, right, it says 9:25, right? This is a 9:25 candle. Cool. 9:25, price is coming down. Mind you, we're looking for a breakout at 9:30, not 9:25. Okay. So price came down at 9:25. Cool, whatever. We stayed here for a little bit, right? Now, if you go on the 1 minute time frame, 9:25. This is the 1 minute 9:25 candle. So that huge 5 minute candle that we were just looking at, it started right here. And as you guys can see, it just came down 9:29. It broke below this level of interest that we marked out. Okay. So at 9:29, boom, we're in between a good support slash resistance level. Now all I'm looking for is that 9:30 candle to open up and either break above or below. It's pretty simple. Right. So we jump back to the 5 minute. I like to take my trades on the 5 minute. I do not like 1 minute trades because that is very risky. Okay, so cool. We already know prices down here at about 9:29. Okay, we're waiting for that 1 minute to come in so that the 9:30 candle can open. Cool. 9:30 candle opens. We started pushing down slightly, right? But we didn't really push with any volume. That is the whole reason why I did not take a sell position. Keep in mind, you need support, resistance, and a breakout with volume. If we break out with no volume, I'm not going to take the trade. It's not part of my rules. It's not part of my strategy. Why the fuck would I take a risk and then lose a bunch of money? It just doesn't make sense. We're risking money at the end of the day. It's a probability game at the end of the day. So I'm going to take the best setup, right? I'm going to take the best chance I got. I'm not going to, take something that I'm not confident in, right? So cool. 9:25, we're below this support level. Now it became a resistance because we went below it. Now at 9:30, I'm looking for a breakout. We got this breakdown. Wasn't no volume. I didn't take the trade. Cool, whatever. Price started retracing. Some volume started kicking in, and then we got a breakout to the upside right here. As soon as I see that breakout, and I waited for the volume. As soon as I seen breakout and volume, I hopped in. My entry was about right here. My stop loss was in the middle of this zone, right? Like I said, my stop loss is based off my entry. If we had a worse entry, let's say I got an entry right here, honestly, we probably would have lost this trade because as you guys can see, price came up. I would have been aiming for this area right here. Price came up, didn't really touch that area, came back down, right? We would have got stopped out right here. But because my entry was a bit better, right? I entered like around right here. My stop loss was at half of this level, right? So price kind of just edged our stop loss. Cool, right? So boom, we enter, and now I'm aiming for 1 to 2, right? Or recent liquidity. Recent liquidity is right here, right? I can draw it out for you guys. This would be these highs right here. That would be recent liquidity. So I'll be aiming for this area, right? Cool. Easy 1 to 2, as you guys can see. So boom, we entered on this 9:30 breakout to the upside. Boom, stop loss in the middle of this area, just a comfortable distance, so price can have space to breathe. As you guys can see, price came up, tapped into our area. It didn't touch our take profit, it just tapped into the area, and then we came back down, straight into drawdown. Edged our stop loss, and then right back up, hitting TP, right? So that was a W trade right there. Let's go on to 1 minute and break it down a little bit further, just so you guys can understand. Boom, right? So cool. 929, we broke below the support level. Now it becomes resistance because we're below. At 930, we're looking for a breakout. As you guys can see, 930 hits. We broke out to the downside. We didn't have any volume, so I didn't take it. I just followed my rules. I was disciplined. Cool. Boom. Little seconds pass. Now we start getting some volume. We broke out to the upside with that volume. Entered, stop loss, safe distance, and then I just target recent liquidity, right? And then as you guys can see, came up, took out some liquidity, right? We tapped into this area, like I said, but we came right back down into drawdown. And then because I was disciplined, right? I didn't touch my stop loss or anything. I didn't go break even. I just let it do its thing. Okay, I let it play out. I didn't touch anything. I just came off my computer and started enjoying my day. Checked my phone later. I was in profit, right? So I didn't get scared or nothing. My emotions didn't get the best of me because I didn't allow that to happen, right? I literally came off the computer. Like I entered my position, set my stop loss and my take profit, and I just closed my computer down and just went and enjoyed my day. Okay, so as you guys can see, price came back down into drawdown, edge of my stop loss, and then we broke back out and went all the way to TP, smashing that. Easy 1 to 2, right? I was risking $300, made $600 on this trade, right? So that's how we started the week. W trade right here just by following the simple support and resistance breakout at 930 strategy. It's literally the easiest shit ever. Cool. So that was Monday. Let's go to Tuesday. Okay, so this was Tuesday. So we came in at 9:30. I mean 9:15. So the 9:15 candle is right here. Cool. Hopped on the charts. What I'm seeing is that we have some resistance right here in this area. So cool. I would just draw that out. It's resistance. Oops. Cool. So we got resistance right there. And then we obviously have support, right? Price is rejecting to go past this area. Boom. So now we got support, we got resistance. Pretty simple, right? So like I said before, support is going to be the floor, resistance is going to be the roof, right? Price came up, right? Came down. We tried to broke past this area, but we couldn't, right? So we kept on going up. Then we tried to broke past this area, but we couldn't. So we pushed down. And then the same thing, same area that we couldn't broke past earlier, we rejected from it again. Same area that we couldn't push past earlier, we rejected from it again and came back down. Now these wicks, as long as price doesn't close above this area, you're good. The wicks just mean price is rejecting to go up here. Price does not want to be up here, right? So price probably came out, but when the candle closed, it closed below this area. So that means that the zone is still valid. Now, if price was to close outside of this area, I would not take the trade. Literally, if it was to close at 925, right? Let's say price was to close at 925 above this area, right? Like, I'm trying to find a good example. Something like this, right? Let's say this was 925, right? And this was the 930 candle. If price did something like this and closed above the area before 930, I would not take the trade unless we got a pullback and then we kept on dropping. Okay. So with this trade, as you guys can see, we did not close above, not the trade, sorry, this candle. As you guys can see, we did not close above this area right here. So that means the zone was still valid. Okay, so 915, 920, we didn't close above. 925, we didn't close above. At 930, we broke out actually to the upside, right? We broke out, we had volume. I did take this trade and then ended up taking a loss, right? Now, because I managed my risk, right? And my risk to reward is really good, I didn't lose a lot, right? I was comfortable with how much I was losing. And then guess what? We made it right back anyway, right? So boom, we followed our rules, right? We had support, we had resistance, we had a breakout at 930, we had some volume. I took the trade. It is what it is. We lost, right? I didn't really care. I didn't really see it as a loss because one, I followed my rules and did everything I was supposed to. Sometimes you just can't avoid the losses. That's the whole reason why you manage your risk, right? That's the whole reason why you're risking amount that you're comfortable with losing. And that's the whole reason why whenever you're winning a trade, you aim for more than how much you're willing to lose, right? So you can make it back double and make up for the loss. But anyway, right? So we lost this trade. Cool. I wasn't mad about it, right? We came down a little bit. Didn't take it because we didn't have a breakout of this area. Cool. Now, After I noticed price left this huge rejection wick, and then we came down and left a wick right here too. All I wanted was to see price break below this wick, right? Now I didn't have to be at 930. I would not teach you guys this strategy right here because this is more of like my market experience. It's not really like a strategy, right? It's more of just market experience. I've seen this shit happen so much times in the market. I've been doing this shit for 3 years, guys. I've been trading for 3 years now. I've been seeing the same exact thing happen at the same exact time over and over and over. So I'm able to see things and just be like, okay, I already know what's gonna happen. I'm able to predict this. I'm just gonna take it, right? Because I've seen it happen so much times. So at 930, we left a huge rejection wick. If we're rejecting to go higher, obviously price is trying to go down. Price did come down right here. I was gonna enter, but I didn't because we didn't have a lot of volume. I wasn't confident. Cool. Left it. We left another wick. Now all I wanted to see was price to break below this wick. Now at 940, we had some volume kicking in. As soon as I see that volume, I just wanted to see price broke below this with volume. Once it broke below this wick with volume, I'm taking the trade. Okay, so basically I did something like this, marked out with a little wick. I just wanted to see price to break below that. Boom, we started breaking it with volume. As soon as I seen that volume kick in, I entered. My entry was about right, like something like this. Stop loss was slightly at this wick right here. And then all I did was I targeted this fair value gap right here. As you guys can see, we got this fair value gap right here to the left. I'll make it a different color for you guys. And then I just targeted that, right? So that was an easy 1 to 4, 1 to 5, right? Not 1 to 4, 1 to 1, 1 to 1.5, right? So this was a 1 to 1. For example, if I was risking $100 on this trade, I'd make $150 because it's a 1 to 1.5. If it was just a regular 1 to 1, then I would make back $100. I'll just make an extra $100. Normally, I don't like to go for 1 to 1s. I prefer 2x my money just in case I lose. I still have some cushion. But I just took what I got, and this was more of a market experience trade. I took a loss. I had one more opportunity to take another trade, so I took this one, and then I made back the loss from up here, plus an extra $50. Right, so it was a small gain on the day, but at least I wasn't like, um, at least I wasn't like a L on the day, right? Because one, I followed my rules with the first trade, right? We had volume, we had a breakout at 930, and that's what I wanted to see. We had support and resistance. So I took it and we lost. That's just how trading goes. Right? Took the loss, took it on the chin. I already knew I didn't do anything wrong, so I didn't really care. I wasn't sad about it. I just waited for the right opportunity. I waited, right? I seen the rejection week. I came down, I was patient, right? I knew it wasn't gonna drop because the volume wasn't there. I let it do its thing. 940, I waited patiently, and then we broke below that wick, which is exactly what I was looking for, with some volume, hopped in, stop loss at a safe distance, and we cashed out. Right? It's pretty simple. Just targeted the fair value gap. So that was on Tuesday. Right? This is a market experience trade. Like I said, this wasn't really my strategy. This was more of just my market experience of me trading for so long. I seen this shit happen so much. Right? I just took it. Right? So that was a market experience trade. Now let's go to Wednesday. Now Wednesday was a beautiful trading day, guys. Wednesday was a plus fucking trading day. Right? Pay attention if you guys want to learn the strategy. This is the best example of the strategy I have for you guys. Okay? So like I said before, we came in at 915, which would be right here. When I came into the markets, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this high and I'm seeing this low, right? We're rejecting this area, this high is rejecting to go past this area. Cool, whatever. Guess what I did? I marked out my high because that was my resistance area, right? And then I marked out my low or my support area, right? Where price is rejecting from going lower, right? So we had something like this. Cool. Boom. So now we got support and we got resistance, right? Now all I want to see price do, guys, I just want to see price break out at 930 with some volume. Fucking easiest strategy in the world, bro, right? Look at this. A plus setup, guys. A plus setup. We got resistance, right? We came up, we rejected from going higher, and then we came back down. And then rejected from going lower past this area. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 touches in this area. right? 2 touches minimum to make sure it is an area. 4 touches, bro. We already know. Okay, we got a good area right here. We got some area of interest right here. We're gonna mark it up. Boom, we got support. We got a floor. Price refusing to go below. Okay, we came up. We're at the roof. Price is not going any higher than that, right? So boom, 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 boom. Now I'm just waiting for a breakout either to the upside or to the downside at 9:30. As you guys can see, this is the 9:30 candle. As soon as 9:30 hits, boom, volume starts kicking in. We broke out to the upside. I hopped in, waited for that volume. Boom. Stop loss at a safe distance. And guess what I did? Target recent liquidity. Now, I think in this trade, we were at all-time highs. Let me just make sure. I think we were at all-time highs in this trade, so I just really targeted a 1 to 2. I don't remember. I can check though. Yeah, we were at all-time highs in that trade. Yep. So yeah, we were at all-time highs in that trade, guys. So in that trade, I literally just targeted a 1 to 2. I just wanted to make double of what I'm risking, just to make sure I'm staying on point with my risk management. Okay, I didn't want to hold for too much. As you guys can see, 1 to 2, we just captured that first candle and a little bit of the 935 candle. And as you guys can see, we cashed out. W fucking trade. All right. It's the same thing every time, guys. I do the same thing every single time. I come into the market at 9:15 a.m. I mark up my charts, right? I look for my take profits, and then I mark up my highs and lows. And then I just wait for a breakout with some volume at 9:30 a.m. and it's golden every time. Now, obviously, you're gonna have to practice it. You're gonna have to make sure you get your entries right. You're gonna have to make sure you can acknowledge the volume in the markets, right? Because sometimes it is tricky. But guys, I guarantee you, just like if you're a basketball player and you go to the gym every day and you practice, you're gonna get better, bro. And then eventually you're gonna be the fucking GOAT on the basketball team. It's the same thing with trading, bro. You get a strategy, you just sit there, focus, work on it every single day, bro. Eventually you're gonna be fucking tough, bro. See what I'm saying? So we got resistance, we got support. 9:30 a.m. we had a breakout with volume, hopped on that. Stop loss at a safe distance. We target 2x our money. And as you guys can see, we cashed. Okay. This day I made $350 and I was only missing $300. So it just I said I made 350. I made $650, but I was only risking $300. Sorry about that. So as you guys can see, bro, like it's simple, bro. It's a simple strategy, right? Now that was on Wednesday. I mean, there's nothing more to it that I can go over. Like it's I mean, it's easy. It's really simple. If you don't understand this, then I don't know. Like if you don't understand this still, click on the link in my description, guys. It's gonna take you to my free Discord. Dropping it this week. We're gonna have free live trading. I'm gonna start back one-on-one, just coaching people. It's gonna be free, guys. Okay, no cost. I'm not worried about the money. I'm just worried about helping you guys. Okay. If you guys still don't understand this video, just make sure you click that link, bro, so I can actually help you with your trading. All right, so you can actually be in a community of traders. All right, so I do recommend that. And if you want to learn the strategy, there is also a free trading course that teaches you from A to Z exactly what you need to know. But yeah, so this was on Wednesday, guys. We go to Thursday. Thursday, same thing, guys. So we came in, 9:15 a.m. Every day I come in at the same time. Repetition, consistency, guys. It's gonna work. Just do the same thing every day. Literally, from before the charts too. You got a morning routine, do that morning routine every single day. It's gonna help with you being more consistent on the charts. Anyway, we came in at 9:15 a.m. as you guys can see right here. Now this is what I was looking at when I came in. Price came up right here. We rejected to go any higher. We pushed down. Same thing. We came down right here, rejected to go lower, and we pushed up. Now all I'm doing is I'm marking my support, my floor, where price rejected from going lower, and then I'm doing the same thing for my roof. Right? I'm just marking my roof where price rejected from going higher. Right? Cool. So boom, we got our support and resistance levels, right? Now, all I'm looking for is price to break out, guys. Right? Pretty simple. All I'm looking for is price to break out. I just want to see a breakout, right? I just want to see a breakout. Right? So boom, this was on Thursday, right? Now, with this trade, honestly, I did take this wick right here, right? We did lose this trade right here, and then we made it back plus one. So we're gonna break it down. Okay. So, the same thing happens every time, right? There's resistance, there's support, that's all you're looking for. And then you just want to see a breakout at 9:30, right? With volume. At this in this move right here at 9:30, we break out to the upside. We had a good amount of volume, so I took the trade. My levels were more like this. Yeah. So yeah, we did have a breakout at 9:30, right? And then we did take the trade right here. Now, I feel like the only reason why I kind of like fucked up on this trade and took a loss was because I think I drew it like this when it was really supposed to be from the wick to the body of the candle. If I looked at it more like this, I feel like I would have waited a little bit more for it to push with volume before I entered, right? But I did have my charts marked up like this, right? Because I was trying to line it up with this area right here. Anyway, either way, right? We did take an L. It is what it is, right? At 9:30, we pushed out with volume to the upside. We broke out. We did have some volume. I'll be honest, right? We did have slight volume, so I entered, right? I thought that was gonna be the move, and I took an L, right? I took an L on the chin, right? It is what it is. Like I said, as long as you guys manage your risk and you're always making more than your losses, you're gonna still be in profit. So one loss is not gonna hurt, bro. Think of it like you having $5, right? And then you lose $1 out of that $5. You still have $4 left. Now, if I like, let's say if I risk that $4, right, and then I'm risking $1 and I make two times, right? I'm gonna have $2 on top of the $1 that I was risking. So now I just made back my loss plus an extra dollar. You see what I'm saying? That's what risk management is. So that's basically what happened in this scenario, right? We broke out at 9:30 to the upside. We had some volume. We had our support. We had our resistance or resistance and support, right? We followed strategy. We broke our volume. I entered stop loss at a safe distance. We came back down. We lost. Cool. Took it on the chin. I wasn't worried because I know I followed my rules. Okay. Now we go into the trade that made us back that money now. Okay. So after we took this loss right here, same thing happened on the last one. We rejected from going higher, right? We left a huge wick. Whenever you guys see wick like these, just know price is rejecting to be in this area. That's what the wick means. Price is rejecting to be up here. Price does not want to be up in this area. Price does not want to go higher, right? So this is telling me that price does not want to be here, and obviously if price does not want to be here, it wants to be down here, right? If it doesn't want to go high, it obviously wants to go low, right? Basically, simple. So I already knew price is gonna sell. All I was waiting for is the volume to kick in and a breakout, right? And that is exactly what happened, right? So let me mark up that recent resistance zone that we targeted as our take profit. Boom. But yeah, so all I wanted was price to break out of this level with volume because I already knew it was gonna sell after this telling me that price does not want to go high. So boom, as soon as we break out of that support level, I waited for some volume to kick in also. So boom, volume kicked in, we broke out, boom, entered, right? Stop loss at a safe distance, and then we just target our 1 to 2, right? And as you guys can see, we cash, right? I target a 1 to 2 every time, right? Normally, I do like to target the like liquidity, but like I'm starting to notice that even though price hits our liquidity, we normally push at least 1 to 2 in profit just because of how much volume there is at 9:30, right? So price is going to take out this liquidity, right? But after we took out that liquidity, we still had some extra volume that we're just trying to push off, basically. And then I just take advantage of all the extra volume, right? So I just got my 1 to 2 in instead of settling for a 1 to 1, right? Just because I was scared. No, I'm gonna get my money, right? That's what I'm coming here for. That's what I'm training for, right? So boom, we got that rejection to the upside. Told me that price did not want to go higher. That wick told me, okay, we're gonna be selling now because price doesn't want to be up here. But we're obviously gonna go in the opposite direction. Volume starts to kick in. Boom, we broke out with volume. Entered on that stop loss at a safe distance, right? I think my stop loss was more like right here. Stop loss at a safe distance, and then as you guys can see, we cashed out on a 1 to 2 RR. Easy trade right there. right? So it's the same concept every single time, even though there's this wick right here. This is just an extra confirmation. This is how I look at it. Because at the end of the day, we still have resistance and we still have support. This is an extra confirmation. So this is just basically giving me more information that price wants to go low, right? So now I'm just waiting for price to show me that it is going to go low and I'll take the trade. There's also like this extra confirmation right here with the trend line. I don't know if you guys use trend lines, but I do. I use them just as extra confirmation though. I don't really trade off of trend lines. Like if you got a breakout of a trend line, I wouldn't take it as my only confirmation. But yeah, this is just an extra confirmation that I had also. I was just in my Notion notes. I just wanted to look at the trade because I wanted to make sure that my entry was good, but my entry was right here. I just wanted to make sure because the risk reward looked kind of off at first. But yeah, so this was basically the trade I took, right? We had this trend line right here. We broke out, and then I took a loss right here because this trend line, I used it as extra confirmation also. Plus, we had volume. So, I mean, I really can't, I'm not trying to make excuses, but like at the end of the day, I did follow my rules, follow my strategy, and we took a loss. And I didn't really care about it because I know I followed my rules and I couldn't really prevent it. So I didn't really think of it as a loss, right? And then either way, we came back, made back that loss, and then we still made money on top of that loss, right? But yeah, anyway, that was Thursday. And then we can hop into Friday now. Friday came into 9:15 came in the market at 9:15. And I'm looking for the same thing. I'm looking for my area for floor. I'm looking for my floor where price is struggling to go lower, right? So obviously we have this area where price is struggling to go lower. So I'll just mark that out. Boom, we got our floor right here. We got support. Now I'm looking for resistance. Now at 9:15, my resistance wasn't really clear, right? Because as you guys can see, it was really all the way up here. So I had this at first, and then I was like, yeah, that's too far, right? We're gonna wait until price created some structure, right? Structure means when price created highs and lows, right? So liquidity levels, when price is creating these right here. So, so yeah. So boom, price created this level right here of structure. So what I did was I marked out that area of structure. Boom. Right. So now we got support, we got resistance, right? And now I'm just looking for a breakout at 9:30, right? After I seen that price created this high, right? We came down, we refused to break past this support level, and then we came up, created a high, and then we came back down again. So that showed me that price did not want to push past this area. Price created a high or resistance. So we didn't want to push past that area. Okay. So now we know we have resistance and we have support. And then for extra confirmation, if you look to the left right here, this area is lining up with our current resistance area. So we know, okay, this area is pretty strong for resistance. So now we're just looking to take a breakout off of either one of these levels right here, right? Cool, 9:25, boom, we're waiting for 9:30. 9:30 hits, boom, we break out to the downside with volume, and then we just enter on a sell position, right? Stop loss at a safe distance, right? And then we just target previous liquidity, which would be right here, right? And then as you guys can see, we cashed out. I really got a 1 to 2. Like I said, I'd be holding past these levels of liquidity just because I know price is opening up a hella volume. I know we're gonna spike past that at least, right? Just to get out all that volume. So I aim for my 1 and 2 when I cashed out. Either way, made 2 times what I'm risking, right? So now these levels of liquidity, if you guys feel more comfortable, you can really just put your take profit on these levels, right? But me personally, I just draw them out just so I know where price is trying to go to. What is attracting price? This area right here is what's attracting price, right? So I know price is going to go here. I'm just going to mark out that level. So whenever price hits that area, I should be expecting some sort of reversal or going back in the opposite direction, right? So what I did, I marked it out, but I wanted to get my one. Fuck, I wanted to get in my 1 to 2, right? Basically, I wanted to get 2 times of what I'm risking, right? So in this scenario, I was risking $300. I wanted to make sure I made $600. So what I did, I put my take profit wherever $600 was, and I just watched it, right? Price came all the way down past this area, hit my take profit, and then came back up, right? So this extra wick right here is all the momentum and volume that we started with at 9:30, just because there's so much people waiting to get into the markets at 9:30 because 9:30 is the open, right? So this is a whole another benefit of why I like trading at 9:30 because you can get in your risk to reward, right? Even if your level of liquidity is, a little bit before your take profit that you want, you can still hold it for a little bit just because there's so much volume. Price is probably just trying to get rid of all that volume. So we're gonna spike or something. And as you guys can see, it works every time. It's golden, right? The only thing that you have to master, and I myself, I'm still working on it too, is the fake outs, right? But as long as you guys are managing your risk and every single loss you take is smaller than your profits, those fake outs won't even matter. The more you show up in the markets, you're going to get better at the fake outs. You're going to get better at seeing that it's about to fake you out. You're going to get better at reading the volume to know, okay, now it's probably going to fake me out because it's moving kind of iffy. It's not really giving me the volume that I'm looking for, right? So to avoid fake outs, you guys just have to make sure you're trading with volume. You have to make sure there is good volume there. Okay. Um, and yeah, as long as you guys are managing risks, right, you are gonna get faked out. I'm not gonna lie to you. With this strategy, you are gonna get faked out, right? That's just how the strategy is. But out of 10, you're probably gonna get faked out like 2 times out of ten trades. You're probably gonna get faked out like 2 times. I'll be honest, right? So as long as you guys are just managing your risks and you're keeping those losses small and those profits bigger, then you'll be fine, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to go over my previous trading week with you guys. I know the video is kind of long. I know I've been yapping a lot, but I'm really just trying to give you guys as much gems as possible, right? Because I know how trading is. I know how hard it gets, right? I've been doing this shit for 3 years now. I recently just started getting the hang of it, just started making money, which allowed me to get my own apartment, right? And yeah, bro. So if you guys are really interested in learning how to trade, you guys are struggling right now. Maybe you guys have been trading for a while, but you need someone to help you and mentor you who has been through all those hardship. Click the link in my description below. Like I said, I am rebuilding my Discord, so it's dropping literally by the end of this week. I am going to be live trading for free. I'm going to be giving you guys one-on-one gems for free, having one-on-one talks for free, right? For free, guys, free. I'm not looking for money. It's literally for free, out of the kindness of my heart, right? So if you guys are really interested, just click that link down below and hit me up, bro. That's pretty much it for the vid.